Good evening. If one doesn't know what the evening is for, he would think that this evening bears all the marking of a Jewish event. We are probably marking something, short version of the Jewish history to they tried to kill us, they didn't succeed, let's eat something. It had alcohol, it had cholesterol, and now we have the protocol. But I really want to come here and thank Lynn and all the team that was working for all your work that you have done in order to organize this event and organization in the UK, based on an Israeli government initiative to recognize Jewish refugees from Arab lands. A few days ago, a member of our staff at the embassy came to my room, closed the door, sat in front of me and asked me, said, "I can't make of you. Are you a Tunisian Jew or Iraqi Jew?" I looked at him, I said, "Look, nobody is perfect. I'm actually half Dutch, half Hungarian, and a quarter Polish." Israel is a country of immigrants. My mother is a Holocaust survivor from Holland. You have come from Arab countries. Many Russians came to Israel. But the forgotten demographics are the Jewish refugees who were forced to flee Arab countries throughout the 20th century. Let me read you a piece from what you just mentioned to us, Lynn, of that Arab League decision. The text of the law that was drafted by the political committee of the Arab League in 1947. All Jewish citizens will be considered as members of the Jewish minority state of Palestine and will have to register with the authorities of the region wherein they reside, giving the names, the exact number of members in the families, their addresses, the names of the banks, and the amounts of the deposits in each bank. This formality is to be accomplished. Sorry? This formality is to be accomplished within 7 days. Beginning with today, bank accounts of Jews will be frozen. These funds will be utilized in part or in full to finance the movement of resistance to Zionist ambitions in Palestine. Beginning today, only Jews who are subjects of foreign countries will be considered as neutrals. This will be compelled either to return to their countries with the minimum of delay or to be considered as Arabs and obliged to accept active service with the Arab army. Any Jews who will be able to prove that his activities are anti-Zionist will be free to act as he likes, provided that he declares his readiness to join the Arab armies. This was the law, or parts of it, which was passed on February 1947. Member of Knesset, Silvan Shalom, former minister, addressed the United Nations in November with one request: for the UN to help redress the footsteps of the 1 million Jews from Arab countries and Iran. And he said, I quote, "Help me tell the story. It is time that the world hears about the greatest untold story in the Middle East." Shalom is himself one of the Tunisian Jews who fled his country for Israel in 1959, after the new independent government, elected in 1956, began passing anti-Jewish laws. At the UN, he spoke of how the Jobba synagogue near Damascus was burned earlier in 2013, and how communities in Iraq and Yemen, which were once thriving, are now desolate cemeteries. The UN had passed 687 resolutions relating to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, 111 of which dealt specifically with Palestinian refugees. Yet, there is not one resolution that says a single word about Jewish refugees. They are the UN's forgotten refugees. The Israeli government has taken the responsibility to ensure that these refugees and the struggle they went through when leaving their homes, and in some cases the families, are not forgotten. And with the fact that the fact that we are here tonight commemorating and celebrating this event, the fact that Jews have left the countries, homes, families, but made successful life, came to Israel, became part of Israeli life and society, came here or to other countries, absorbed. You're not refugees. You're not refugees anymore. I'm not a refugee, although my mother is a Holocaust survivor. The Palestinians, some of them are now fourth-generation refugees. Not one generation, the two generation, the certificate goes from one generation to another. Maybe it's our way of saying to the world, you tried to kill us, you discriminated us, but we have survived, we have succeeded. Thank you very much. Good evening.